Well, Barcelona and Atlético Madrid play today in the first leg of the Copa del Rey Semi-Finals. They'll play the second leg at the beginning of April. And in between these two matches, they're going to play each other on March 16th. So they're going to be a little sick of seeing each other in these coming weeks. But, I mean, Nico, today, first leg of the semis. How are you feeling about this one?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's the beginning to a very long month for Atlético Madrid specifically, because in between the first legs, not only do they have Barcelona in La Liga, they've got Athletic Club at the weekend and then Real Madrid back-to-back in the Champions League. So it's make or break this. What are we in? We're February. We're in February towards the middle of March, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to take a look at these two clubs playing today, Barça, Atleti. We're going to go head-to-head, and I want to know who's got the edge in a bunch of different categories.
Okay.
Let's start off with coaching. You've got Hansi Flick and Diego Simeone.
I mean, I think this is a preference type of thing. We know that Hansi Flick has won a Champions League and Atlético Madrid hasn't with Cholo Simeone, right? But I personally have to go Cholo. I'll always go Cholo. I think he does bring a lot to the table from a perspective of getting the edge in certain games. For example, against Barcelona, Atlético Madrid really had no business getting into that game. Barcelona were dominant. But in the moments, this guy knows how to inspire, motivate. Season after season, I've seen a much more larger sample size that convinces me to get on his boat rather than Hansi Flick's boat. Although, yes, he's won a Champions League before and he won a World Cup as an assistant manager. But with this Barcelona side, he's yet to achieve big things. He's on his way, but from a motivational, emotional standpoint, I mean, I'm always going to back Cholo Simeone because he's next to none.
When it comes to the attack, are you still backing Atlético Madrid, or are you looking more at Barcelona for getting the edge?
Yeah, I think you have to be a fool to back Atlético Madrid if you're looking at the attack that Barcelona has, because if the trio up top arguably has the best quality in the world for a front three. And that could be the difference maker, right? Atlético Madrid has to put a more comprehensive performance from a collective point of view rather than Barcelona, because Barcelona, the three up top at any given moment, have that quality that will be that difference maker over a longer period of time. Lamal is unplayable. Raphinha, we're talking about him in Ballon d'Or conversations, and Lewandowski is Lewandowski with his history, with his experience, with his goal-scoring numbers that don't seem to be dying down. These guys just have that individual quality that is a little bit better than Griezmann and Julian Alvarez. I mean, these numbers are unbelievable. Just to think that Lamine Yamal's a teenager, Raphinha is getting ridiculous amounts of goal contributions in La Liga and in the Champions League, and Robert Lewandowski at his age just keeps on scoring. It's an ideal situation at the moment for Barcelona that is alive in every competition, that is putting a season that should be memorable.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the age difference between Yamal and Lewandowski and how both of them are still killing it at their young and older ages. Now, when it comes to the midfield between these two teams, who are you taking? Who's got the edge here?
Again, I'm going to have to go with Barcelona. It's a different profile of midfield, especially in these types of games. Cholo and Atlético Madrid is going to adapt to Barcelona. Atlético Madrid against other teams usually has the ball a little bit more. There is more possession to be had between either Pablo Barrios and Rodrigo de Paul, or if it's Conor Gallagher that's playing. But these guys don't change for anybody. In Pedri, in Gavi, we're talking about potential superstars. Well, you couldn't even consider them superstars now, the way that they treat the ball. But they're so young, and there's so much more to improve, and they're already playing at a different level. They're sensational. You can't really say anything negative about these guys. And the way that they control the ball, they're so mature beyond their age, and throw in Casado in this conversation. Poor Marc Bernal, that seemed to be a starter for Barcelona at the beginning of the season. He tore his ACL. But talk about control. Barcelona controls games through these guys. Mm-hmm.
What about finally in the defense, in that back line, who takes the edge here?
You got to give that to Atlético Madrid. It's their bread and butter, right? Their organization. And it all starts with the defense. there is change of personnel constantly. Is it going to be Jose Maria Jimenez? Is it going to be Langlais? Is it going to be Lenormand? Is the right back going to be Llorente? Is the right back going to be Molina? Is the left back going to be Galan? Is the left back going to be Samulino? The Mozambique player, I forget his name. It's going to come to me. But Samulino can also play left back or left wing back. Is it 4 in the back? Reinildo Mandava, excuse me. Is it 3 in the back? Is it 4 in the back? Who knows? But what you do know is that it's going to be stout defensively. It's going to be a very cohesive unit defensively that permits Atlético Madrid to play their game. I mean, look at this.
Fewest in Europe's top 5 leagues. Goals against 16. They're first in La Liga. So you've split it between Atleti and Barcelona. Finally, what about the intangibles? What are the things that maybe we're not seeing specifically on the pitch that makes you give one of these the edge?
Did you not know that Atlético Madrid was Club de Intangibles, Atlético Madrid? Like, Atlético Madrid is all about this. Atlético Madrid is defined by the intangibles that they bring to the table. And that kind of goes hand in hand with the coaching aspect because there's an ethos to Atlético Madrid that Cholo Simeone has really been able to infect into the squad. Everyone understands what they have to do. They exude intangibles, passion, emotion, but in a controlled way. It doesn't kind of go beyond them. They're able to channel that emotion onto the football pitch and get results and stay step by step with the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid in all competitions because they've put together a team to be able to compete in those 3 tournaments.
All right, well, let's stick with Atlético Madrid. Julian Alvarez, the change that you've been seeing in him this year as opposed to last year.
Yeah, Juli is the same goal-scoring Juli from Manchester City, right? But this season, he's bringing much more to the table. He must have a third lung because the amount that he runs is ridiculous. I get tired just watching him. He's running sprints in the 85th minute, chasing balls down, and it's more so off the ball. And you'll see how he influences the game because he's not just running in these areas up here in the offensive half. He's running in his defensive half. He's chasing the ball down. There's this constant chase. If you get the chance to look at him today, he gallops. The way that he runs, it's impressive just from an athleticism point of view. But because he's able to run so fast, he's able to bring certain dynamics to this Atlético Madrid that really changed Cholo Simeone's game compared to last season, right? This is with Manchester City. He's winning more duels per 90. His duel percentage is up. He's winning more balls in the air. And, obviously that aerial percentage is up. And he's covering ground at a higher rate. That's the Julian Alvarez. We know that he can finish, but his work rate is sensational. Some of the best, if not the best in the world. So today, it should be a lot of that because Atlético Madrid is away. I'm not expecting them to win, maybe a draw. That's a great result to take back to the Metropolitano.